Hello, my dear viewers. This is the game City Skylines 2, and I'm Alex Cheshire Game. Let's try to use this game. This is something like a city builder, like in a Sim City. So, Sim City don't use to make new PC games for now. So we can wait and play in this game before the Sim City can make a new game fresh for PC. So you can see the SimCity game on my channel if you want. This is very good game, but for this game we need to like old games, because for now you can see only old SimCity games, and not every people like old games, unfortunately. So if you like old games, we can play in it. So I planned to play in the SimCity, but I don't know. Do you want to see it more than City Skylines or no? I'm read about that now the City Skylines is on the top list. So because of this, I think this is interesting to see what is this game for now. I read about it, and I think this is interesting thing that we have the differences between the SimCity and City Skylines. That one example is if we use the water, we need to take water from high places and release water from downstairs, from beneath, from the river, from lower places on the river. This is interesting thing. Else things that I can read it about this game is similar, looks like, to the SimCity. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, so let's see. I now try to change the scene. Give me a second. Main scene here. And where is our game? Here is City Skylines. Yeah, here it is. Okay. And this is something wrong. Let's use another settings, like this one and this one. Yeah, this is right. So let's use it. New game, and what do we choose here? Maybe waterway pass. Let's read about it. Two colossal mountain ranges create a neutral border from two sides while providing ample flat space for building between them. A large Mediterranean river flows in the middle of the map, joined by a few smaller brooks from the mountains. Train tracks run across the entire area, making it easy to tap into the existing railway network for quick outside access. Time North American, climate -5 per 36, latitude Northern Hemisphere, buildable area 53%, and neutral resources like 15 by food, 236 by trees or wood, 20 don't know what is it, looks like some coal or maybe something what we need for the making electricity, I don't know. And the water like 10. So let's select this map for a start. City name, let's use the Cheshire town, like this. North American left-hand traffic, no. Unlock all. What is the unlock all? When checked, you will have access to all city services and signature buildings, zone types, tools, and panels. Okay, let's unlock this. Selecting unlimited money, unlock map tiles, disabled as achievements. No, I want to take the achievements, so I don't need this. Unlimited money, unlock map tiles. I think if we don't have ability to take achievements, if we use this, we don't need to choose this. Tutorial options, begin tutorial, disable tutorial. So I think we need tutorials because I played in this game first time. I think we need this. So let's start the game and let's see what is it. Pay attention to groundwater deposit location to avoid pollution. Very fast, don't have so much speed to read this. Welcome to the city Skylines 2. This is the place to build the city of your dreams, I hope. Take on in-depth challenges of making city services and directing traffic flow, and follow the lives of your citizens. Tutorials are here to guide you as you take your first steps toward building a city. As you progress, more hints and guidable became available in case you need it. Okay. Before you start, let's look at how to move about your landscape by using camera controls. If at any time you feel like turning the tutorial off on again, you can do so from the pause menu, the gear icon located in the top right corner. Top right, okay. In the pause menu, you can also save your game and adjust all types of game settings. Okay, let's do this. Let's move the camera settings. Okay. I know now how to move the camera controls. Q, E, okay, or T and G, that's right. Camera controls, I can use the wheel of my mouse. Great job, you're now ready to start your first city. To guide you through your steps, we have prepared a task list for you. Start a task by selecting play and complete the steps to unlock the future. You will also see hints along the way. They point out useful information. You can proceed at your own pace and revisit any completed task by selecting play again. Start your first task. Okay. Look at it. Geez, looks very good. I like it. How to build a city, road basics. Let's play road basics. Roads. A city exists around roads. When you build a road, a cell grid appears on the land next to it. This is the area where you can build it. Most roads also come with a built-in utility network, a network of electronic cables and pipes for water and sewage. So all buildings connected to a road with a utility network automatically have a connection to the utilities. Okay. Road types. Roads come in different sizes and configurations, ranging from small alleys and one-way streets all the way to large highways. The larger the road, the higher the speed limit and traffic capacity. Okay. Lane road and other things. Let's try. So we can build the road, and how I can change this? Okay, I choose the road. I used to make one of them. And what next? Looks like we need to read all this about the roads. Okay, Road types that we read. The two-lane road. The two-lane road is a basic road with two lanes, one in each direction with street lamps on the side. It is easy to build with, but it can only support a low amount of traffic. When selecting a road, keep an eye on the information panel. It will show you how much the road costs to build and maintain, and how much electricity the built-in utility network can handle. So about the cost of maintaining the roads, I use so much problems with this when I don't expect how much it costs in the SimCity. I used to build huge amount of roads, and then I have very big problems with the money. So this is very interesting that we need here to read about the cost about maintaining of these roads. Okay, let's read next. Two options that can be used to help you build exactly how and what you want. Different options are available according to what you are currently building. Next tip. Two modes. Different modes help you build road in varying shapes. Select the mode according to shape you want. You can always switch to a different mode at any time. Okay. Replace. This mode can be used to change any road you have already built to a different type unit for the bulldozer. Turn replace mode on, select a new road type, and from the road menu, when you select a section of an existing road on the map, the new road type will be built in the old news place. Keep an eye on how replacing affects traffic lanes and existing buildings. So much text. I like books, but elevating down, changing road elevation down allows you to construct tunnels. You can construct tunnels at different elevations, which allows them to cross each other. This is especially handy when creating public transport lines. Okay. Elevation up. Changing road elevation up allows you to construct overpasses and ramps. You can also use it to bridge gaps in the terrain created by water or other obstacles, right? Elevation step. Adjust how much the elevation changes with each step of adjustment. Next tip. Parallel mode. This mode makes two of the selected roads run perfectly aligned next to each other. You can increase or decrease the space between the roads once you turn the mode on. Okay, and two more. Snapping. These options can help fine-tune and shape and placement of your roads. With shaping on roads and other objects become magnetic to what shaping modes you have tuned on. Shaping option can be turned on and off individually, right? And the last one, how to build the city, building roads. What is it? To get your city started to make it grown, you will need to make it possible for both people and materials to arrive. Look around your map and find the roads that lead in and out of the map area. Start building your city by connecting to and expanding from these roads. Build your road with left click. When done, unselect the road tool with the right click or escape. Alright, I use my hand to press escape button. I'm ready. Having good connections to the outside world is key to your success. Alright. Build the road. I build it and I used to click escape. Right. Next. Bulldozer. Made a mistake? Don't worry. You can bulldoze it. Select the bulldozer and use left click to remove object and get error found. Oh, this is useful. If I can get zero found, I used to click and try to bulldoze this one. Left click. Where is the bulldozer? Here. So let's use to bulldoze this one, and I want to use the right one, not this. Okay. Is a shortcut to arrive at the bulldozer at any time. Okay, I use this, and I need the road now again, right here. I want to use it correctly. How I need to use this place? I think this way. Okay, and escape button. Zoning residential. Let's read about zoning residential zones. Zoning determines which types of buildings are built in the selected area. Bulldozing in zones areas get built automatically depending on the city needs. Areas that are not zoned will remain empty. Okay. Zones are divided into groups according to the types of buildings they allow for. I need to drink a little more water to read all of this. This is your way to allot different areas of the city for different uses. Okay, wow, so much colors. Residential. Residential signature building, residential suitability, ground pollution. Okay. Them. You can choose this them. The zoned building follow. This affects the visual styles of buildings that get built in an area. You can change the them at any time. The change will come into effect for any new zoning you apply. Tool modes. Different modes help you shape your zone exactly the way you want. Keep in mind that for buildings to get built, the zoned area needs to be adjustment to a road and have enough space on it. Okay, enough space. Allow destiny housing. This zone type is for single-family homes. They have a positive effect on the residents' happiness, but can become expensive to live in when land value rises. Different job types and the availability of jobs affect the demand of different types of housing. Next, how to build a city. Zoning for residential. Zoning an area for residential use will allow people to start moving into your city. For a happier neighborhood, place your residential areas in suitable location. People appreciate living away from sources of pollution, of course, such an industry in any large, noisy highways. Okay, I understand these people. Very good. You are free to design your residential areas in any way you like. When building roads, you can make use of the grid tool mode to create bigger neighborhoods in an instant, or you can take your time and plan scenic, winding roads along a shoreline. Wherever the design, make sure the area is connected to the rest of your city and the outside world. Alright. And we need to place a low destiny housing zone. Low destiny housing zone. North American style single and semi-detached houses. Let's try. So I read about this yesterday, that we need to plan where we make our buildings for people. Hello Sidot, you have a bad game right on the top. I text you in WhatsApp. Okay, bad game right on the top. So you think that this is not comfy to see like this top right window or the zoomed one in beneath. I now see in my phone. Thank you that you are texting about this. I now try to see about this. Let's see. Okay, so you think this lower window is not useful, or upper window? Because I planned that's right. I see that it looks like I planned it. The top right corner is the full window, and the bottom is not full windows, because this is the short resolution, and there I need to zoom it. Okay, so I see. I understand. Thank you. Age of Empires game, and this is not right text. Okay. Thank you very much. I now try to fix it. Give me 1 minute. Looks like now it's right. City Skylines 2. Okay. Yeah, looks like now it's right. Let's continue. Yeah. So, thank you very much. I correct this. Oh yeah, this is good for now. I agree. So let's continue. What we need to do. I used to try say about that. I read it yesterday about this situation when we need to place the houses in that position like houses, then the trade zones, and after the trade zones we need to place the zones with the factories. So we need to stay this trade zone between the factories and housing, to know that our people don't have the pollution area. And that's why I think we need to place the housing in here from the start area. Then in the middle we try to use in here we try to use a place an area with trading, and in the end we used to build the factories. So let's try to use it this one type. So how I can choose removing and rezoning. If you ever feel that a zone is in the wrong place, you can choose to remove the either zone or shape it by removing parts of it. use the tool mode of your choice, and while holding down right button, paint the area you want to remove. Next, rezoning. If you would like to change an already zoned area to a different type, you can apply new zoning on top of the old one. Okay. Condemned building. Buildings that already exist in area you are rezoning or removing zone from will become condemned. Condemned buildings will get automatically demolished over time. This is very useful because in the old version of SimCity, this is the main thing why I don't play in this game in a huge time, because when we have the condemned lived houses, it's so much problems to detect them where this houses is, and then one by one, step by step, destroy these buildings. This is so boring thing. But when you start, don't buy any bus lines or anything, just get money and build a bigger city. The money will come to you later. I already have inhabitants in my city and a lot of money. I go to lunch. Text you some tips later. Okay, very good. I thank you. Thank you very much, because like you can see, I played in this game first time and I don't know anything about this game. So thank you very much. So let's read next. I happy very much that these buildings can automatically demolish it over time. This is very useful. This is the main thing, because like I said, the old SimCity is too much boring, because I need to demolish every building, detect them, and then demolish them step by step every time. And this hours, really hours I need to detect and demolish buildings and in SimCity. So if there is not a problem in this game, I really shake a hand to the developers. Thank you, developers. So for a faster rebuild time, you can bulldoze them yourself to make room for new buildings. Okay. So now let's try. So we have a small buildings in there, looks like. Okay. I think this is something wrong, but I don't understand why, and I don't understand what is wrong in here. So let's look about zoning commercial. Commercial zones provide space for different types of business use. A business provides services and jobs for the residents and increase city income by paying taxes and fees. Not fees, by fees. Next. Commercial zone. Low density business. This zone types is for single story or low rise buildings for small businesses. These businesses provide important local services such as stores, restaurants, and gas stations for citizens living nearby. Okay. Next, how to build a city. Zoning for commercial. Zoning land for commercial space will allow for commercial companies to start up businesses. For a prospering business area, place it close to where the people are, close proximity, residential zones benefits both the residents and the businesses. A good balance between these two will increase citizen happiness and provide both services as well as jobs. Okay, businesses will continually need new goods and materials. Having good connections to larger roads nearby makes for faster and easier deliveries. Okay, so let's use this area. Looks like correctly, yeah? Yeah, we can see that building start to grow in here, yeah? Can I? Yeah, look at it. Some works is starting, looks like. Yeah. So, let's see next. Simulation. Pausing the simulation will temporarily stop time. This allows you to build plan and find solution at your own pace. Once you're done, unpause the game to resume the follow time, so that life in the city will continue. Simulation speed. If you feel time is going by too slowly or passing by too quickly, you can switch between these different simulation speeds. Space is a shortcut to pause and unpause the simulation at any time. Okay, so let's very interesting. I see some text by Leighton Paxton. I'd love to. Interesting. So this is a global chat or something. What is it? Don't understand for now. Let's see zoning industrial. Industrial zones. Industrial zones provide land for industrial businesses. Industries provide jobs and increase the city tax revenue. Water department. No, this looks like a global chat. Let's choose it. This zone type, industrial, allows for all types of industrial manufacturing buildings and warehouses. Industrial companies proceed materials to create material goods which can be further proceed by other industries, sold by commercial businesses or used by city services. Zoning for industrial manufacturing. Zoning for industrial manufacturing. Land for industrial use will allow industrial companies to start up businesses. Industrial companies are dependent on materials, so they work best near resources and benefit greatly from good traffic connection in their immediate vicinity. Manufacturing creates pollution, of course, so it's best to place these zones away from people's homes and groundwater deposits. Okay, so we have here a groundwater deposit, so we don't need to take this water, I think. I use this water deposit, yeah, here. So, for a start. Or we can use the bulldozer here and try to bulldoze these zones. Can I or not? How do you think? Maybe I need to replace this zone here, making a road maybe in there. Okay, then demolish this one. Try to pause. Okay, looks like right. Now I try to rezone this to the houses. Okay, And now we have smaller industrial zone, but if we can see the water deposits here, we don't need to be worried about the pollution of this water using this industrial zone. Like here we can read manufacturing creates pollution, so it's best to place these zones away from people's homes and groundwater deposits. So we used to correct our city now, and we don't use the industrial zone in here. Now I think we use it right. Looks like. I hope. So if we look at the all map that we have now here, so we have a lot of water, but we don't need it now. We need only this one small. And place an industrial zone. I used to place it already. What I need to do next? Maybe one more road. Let's build it. Okay. One more in here. Yeah? Or not? Looks like no. Here, no? Yeah. And not so cool. Let's try to do it again, like from this one. Yeah. And then let's use to build it from the end of this zone in here. All right. Here and there. Like this one. All right. So let's use to make an additional industrial zone in this area. Here. Use to connect the roads. And what is it? Why this is dark? Something is wrong or what? Or this is maybe lower places and this is higher places, looks like. So let's use to make an industrial from here, and we done this correctly. Looks like about zoning demand. These bars give you at a glance into on what types of zones are currently needed in your city. The fuller the bar, the higher the demand is for that zone type. Each bar grows and shrinks constantly according to the city changing needs and your zoning efforts. Okay, let's look about the electricity. Electricity basics. Almost everything in the city needs electricity to work. A well-working electricity grid keeps citizens happy and service running. Alright, this is logically. Sources of electricity. There is a variety of ways to generate electricity, and each choice comes with its own pros and cons. A coal power plant is a great source of high voltage electricity, but it also generates a lot of pollution. Alright. Wind turbine. The wind power is a source of green energy, but the output is completely reliant on weather. Yeah, I notice it. Outside source. Electricity can also be imported from neighboring cities by using power lines. This requires no maintenance on your part, but buying electricity when the population grows can get expensive, so I hope I can sell the electricity. I don't know how I can to do this, but in the SimCity game I used to correct my balance only with the selling of electricity, water and other resources, so I hope I can use it in this game too. Let's see, choose a source of electricity. Select the source of electricity you want to start with and close this panel to move on. You can backtrack back to this panel if you change your mind. You can also build more and different types of electricity sources as you progress. Okay, so now I can choose the power line, wind turbine, or the small coal power plant. A basic power plant that burns coal to produce electricity. This is low cost but generates lots of pollution. So I think if we use to make the industrial zones that generates pollution, we can use anything in these zones that generate additional pollution. So we know that industrial zones have a huge amount of pollution, so why I need to be worried about? I think in the next steps of these games we have an ability to choose something like in the SimCity that's clear our space, clear our water and our air. So something like technologies that can to clean our area, but not now, not in this stage of the game. So I think we choose the small coal power plant in the industrial zone, like here. I expect the large radius of pollution. Can I read about the radius of pollution? Upkeep, electricity production, cargo storage, ground pollution, medium, air pollution, medium, noise pollution, medium. So I don't know about the radius of pollution. How do you think? Here is we have a huge amount of trees, so I hope if this mechanics works like in the SimCity, we can use these trees here, this forest, to reduce the pollution level. So I hope to build this pollution source like coal electricity plant in this forest, like here. All right. And of course we need the road, so let's build the road to this location. Here and there. How I need to connect the road to this electricity plant? How do you think? Maybe this way? No, looks like no. Maybe here? Yeah, looks like this is right location. Let's use to unstop the game, and we still have this look at it here, plus zoom it here. Yeah, you can see that this building have the yellow icon that we don't connect it to the road. So let's use to make a road from this side too. No, not this way, maybe here. No, maybe there. No. overlapping items, so need to make it here, I think. Okay, looks like now we connected and we don't need this rod, I think. I can demolish this rod, and now we have working power plant, and you can see a lot of steam in there. Okay, building a coal power plant. Place the power plant downwind from housing and away from water sources to avoid pollution in them. The visual overlays show wind directions and the location of groundwater sources. All power plants have an integrated transformer that converts the high voltage electricity produced by the plant into low voltage electricity that is usable by buildings. When the power plant is placed next to a rod, the transformer begins feeding the low voltage electricity grid automatically through the rod's integration electric cabling. So we have the rod electric cabling. Very useful. I don't see this before in the previous games that I used to build where I used to build the cities. So this is very useful, very cool. I'm happy to see this. I need a little more water. Okay. Now the plant also has a high voltage connection point at the back, which can be used later to create an efficient power grid by transferring electricity further with power lines. Coal power plants will require a steady supply of coal to remain operational. Good road access keeps the needed supplies coming in. Okay. So next of all, electricity into view. Electricity into view shows an overall of electricity flows through the city to help you spot weaknesses and solve the problems. Electricity panel also shows detailed information about the performance of the electricity grid, conditions that affects it, and where your electricity plants are located. So about the performance and conditions. So if I understand correctly, we need to expect some lowered of condition of this electricity rods, like cabling. So if I understand correctly, we need to expect that the cables are going to be old cables, not efficient cables, and we need to destroy to replace them with the new ones, or not. Electricity flow. Electricity flow is animated to show how much electricity is flowing and where it's going. Low amount of electricity are shown as short bars. When the electricity flow increases, the bars grow longer. The note: individual buildings receive only the amount they needed, and almost homes use only a small amount of electricity. Cable capacity. There is a limit to how much electricity electric cables and power lines are able to transfer. When there is more electricity trying to flow through the cables and lines than they can handle, the electric grid will suffer and result in buildings not getting enough power. So we need huge cables, more huge cables, bigger cables. Note, while electricity into use is active, you can hover over power lines and cables to see how much electricity is being transferred and how much the capacity is. Okay. Electricity bottleneck. When an electric cable or line has exceeded maximum capacity, a bottleneck will form. Bottleneck will start to block electricity flow and cause buildings down the line to not receive electricity. To clear the bottleneck and resume electricity service, you will need to bypass the bottleneck by redirecting electricity flow. So I understand that like if we have a huge amount of electricity going to the right area and have a huge cable, and there we have a small cable, and we need to build a huge cable here to move the electricity flow with the right speed. So this is the bottleneck. Directing electricity flow can be directed and diverted with power lines and transformer stations. Transformer stations can be placed in areas that need electricity and connected to the power plant with power lines. Okay. So now the water. Every city needs a good water network. Of course, I agree with you. Households, companies and industries all need water to operate and survive. When the water system is working well, citizens stay healthier and companies and services are able to operate without problems. Without problems. No way. They every time have some problems. So this is no way to have the services and companies without problems. This is not really useful to see companies without problems. So let's see. Groundwater pumping station can be used if your current city limits contain underground water deposits. Okay, I have it. Groundwater pumping stations are placed on the surface above the water deposits to provide clean water for the city. I am every time see some messages and I don't know. This is the global chat from this game or what? Need to be worried about what guys texting in this global chat or something. Groundwater pumping station can be used if your current city limits contain groundwater deposits. I read this already. Water pumping station. Water pumping station can be used if your current city limits has access to open water. Water pumping stations are placed on the shoreline of any open water to provide clean water for the city. Okay, logically, choose the pumping station. Select the type of pumping station you want to start with and close this panel to move on. You can come back to this panel if you change your mind. You can also build more and different types of pumps later on. Maybe you remember that in the SimCity, old SimCity games, when we placed the pumping station, we have the cool sound like book, 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 book when we placed every pumping station. Not pumping station, but water supply, little water supplies, little towers with water. So, groundwater pumping station or water pumping station. Looks like here we have the groundwater pumping station, because I can't see it now, but we can see it on the map if we choose another zones placed here. You can see here we have some water. So let's use in here the groundwater pumping station. Let's try. Required resources, groundwater, okay, I have it. Upkeep 10,000 per month. Water output 75,000 per month, and noise pollution low. So okay. Sound pollution. What sound pollution? Like I have the people in here, in their houses. They can expect some noises from the pumps or what. Let's place it. Milestone 1 unlocked. Teeny village, congratulations, your efforts are bearing fruit and your city has taken its first steps toward success. Rewards 25,000 money, development points +1. What is the development points? I don't know. And the expansion permits +3. Progression panel or close. Let's close it for now. Jen Carter, global chat. It appears so fast and close so fast. I don't can imagine how I need to be able to read this global chat. But I try. I will. So we have now the pumping station. Build the groundwater pumping station. Look around the map and find an area with a groundwater deposit. I already use to find and to buy and place this groundwater pumping station, like you can see. Groundwater deposits are shown on the ground while the water and sewage interviews is on. Place the groundwater pumping station over the deposit area. The darkest area is where there is most water, and while you'll be able to extract as much water as possible. So let's see. I used to place my water pumping station not in right position here, so I need to replace it. Let's destroy this one. Yes, and let's place it right in here. Here I can extract much water as possible, I think. Yeah. Okay. Connecting groundwater pumping station. Pumping station needs a road connection. If your station is already built next to the road, you're all set and the station is connected to the road's utility network. If your station isn't connected to a road, you will need to build one. Look for the road required notification and zoom in to see which side of the building is on and build your road along that side. You can use any road with a built-in pipe network when the station is connected to the rest of the road system. Water will be connected as well as and start flowing. Okay. So we don't need to build the pipes from each of these buildings. It's very cool that because I remember that in the SimCity I need to place a huge amount of pipes, and this is always like I need to see every pixel where I need to buy this pipe, and I build it not right, and I used to destroy all of this, and I don't have a chance to make a mistake, and always this is a problem where I need to make this pipe, how I need to make it, where is the right place. So this is very good that I here can to see that I placed the water pumping station and I have already built pipes. This is very cool. Notification icons are shown to highlight different situation. Some guide you in placing, building and building roads. Others are site of a problem in an area of building. Select the icon to see more information. When the situation is cleared, the notification also disappeared. Okay. So the savage. A good savage network is essential to a city. If savage is not properly managed, it can have negative effects on the city and its citizens. Alright. Savage pipes are included in the road utility network. Separate pipes can be built to connect savage outlets that are not connected to a road. Okay, let's go. Savage outlet. As clean water is used, it becomes savage. Savage outlets expel the water, the waste water from the water network. Alright. Next. Find an area with open flowing water. Open flowing water. Interesting. Place the savage outlet on the shoreline. To avoid pollution, clean water sources. Place the outlet far from groundwater deposits and downstream from any water pumping station. Alright. I start feeling that my brain is start to boiling. This is so cool that I used to learn how to play in a new game like this, like city builder, after I waking up and have a good sleep period. Так, note, savage outlets don't require electricity or a road connection to operate, but it will need to be connected to the savage network with a pipe. Build a savage outlet. So we need to see where is the water flowing out of my city in here. But I think we have to expect the pollution area. I don't know is in this game we have this mechanic that the sewage systems have the pollution area or not, but I don't want to risk with this, and I used to make some distance from our houses, like there maybe. Okay, in here, and a single savage pipe to connect savage outlets to the road's utility network. Alright. Connecting the savage outlet. Find the nearest road that has the built-in utility network. Savage piping will be highlighted while the savage pipe is selected and water and savage into view is active. Connect the savage outlet to the road utility network with the savage pipe. Note: highways don't have built-in utility networks, and you can't connect it to an individual building's pipes connection. So we have the pipes in the simple roads, simple small roads. Yeah. 1000 credits savage pipe costs to the each kilometer. Alright, let's build it here and let's connect them to the simple road. Simple road is here. I want to make this right. Alright. Water network expanded. Settings option and more. You can visit the pause menu at any time to save and load your game. Under option you will find setting for graphics, audio, tutorials and more. The game will be paused while the menu is open. Okay, well done. You have completed your task and now have the basic knowledge of how to build a city. You don't really expecting how I'm happy about this. So much information, so much. In my 38 years old age, I don't expect that understanding all of this is so hard. Well, I'm going to be an old man. Going forward, more tutorials and hints will pop up to guide you on your way. If you feel like you no longer need the ingredients, you can turn tutorials off in the pause menu. You can always review all tutorials by accessing the advisor with the icon. Would you like to continue building the city or start a new one? I think we need to continue. Alright. So, a city service building has no road access. Your service building needs to be situated next to a road for them to receive electricity and for materials and employees to be able to move in and out. Build a road for service building. You can fix the issue by building a road along the front of the building and connecting that road to the existing road network. You can locate the front of the building by looking for the road required notification icon. Relocate a service building. You can also solve the issue by relocating the building next to an existing road. Selecting the building opens the building information panel. Select the relocate icon at the bottom and you can move the building to a new location. So this is like we can see in the Discovery Channel when small buildings are completely take to the some huge car and moving in to a right position to relocate completely building. So we can relocate this building like we can see it in those situations. This is very cool, I think. So let's use the road to connect it to this sewage station in there. No, in there. Overlapping items. So I need to relocate or destroy these buildings. Let's destroy these buildings 1 and 2. We need to make a pause button, I think. And now we have dislikes of these people. I think we can pay some money for them to don't have these dislikes. And now we have the road connected. Now let's see. Interviews display useful information as visual overlay. This includes things such as traffic flow, natural resources location, wind speed, water flow, and so on. You can also see statistics about city service coverage, citizens' happiness, and more. Selecting a service will also highlight the location of the city service buildings and service vehicles. Alright. So now we don't have any problems. We have growing city, we have houses, trading centers, and factories. They have electricity, water, and the pipes that makes some dirt water in here. Can you see? I try to zoom it. Not here, not there, there, here. So we already start dirtying this water, this clear water. But what we can do, this is the city, this is the progress. So I need a little time to rest, and I don't want to stop the stream, so give me 5 minutes more and I be right back.
passion is my passion. Having a craving for saving too. With quantity over quality. Let's go to porno apparel.
Do you remember your childhood? When your dad took you out for your first cone of ice? I guess you can almost feel the waffle in your hand and that cold, sweet, creamy taste in your mouth. You know what? I bet it was Morello's. Morello's Cookadoo Ice Cream, creator of childhood memories.
So I'm back, guys. Thank you for waiting. Now I feel myself much better. Whew. So let's continue. What we have here, let's see. Industrial demand. We need more industrials, looks like. And what is this little icons like this one? What is mean? The lack of high skill labor. The company can't find enough employees with higher education levels. I need to take another clothes, so give me 1 sec more. Yeah, I feel much better now. So, let's see. We need education. And what is this icon? Means the lack of labor. The company can't find enough employees. Okay, so commercial demand. We don't need the commercial demand, but we need first of all to add an additional living zones, I think, from both types. So let's make an additional road in here. And let's use this additional place to build the living zone. We already use the basic living zone. We can use the waterfront housing. Interesting. Let's use the waterfront houses. I think we need to make the border of waterfront houses buildings in there by using this road. Okay. I think this is not correctly. Let's choose another one time. In here. Yeah. So now we can use this North American style single detached waterfront houses in there and in there. Okay. Okay. And there we used to create an North American style row houses. Alright. And here too. Let's see. In the left bottom corner, I can see now that we don't need an additional low destiny residential demand, but we have a little more needs from the medium destiny residential demands. They are lowered, continue lowering, and now we don't need this one, but we need a little more industrial demands. So we need a little more industrials. So let's think about this. I used to create industrial demands in here. Let's see. Now I expect the lowered this industrial demands, and okay, we don't need industrial demands now. Let's look about how much electricity now we used. How I can to know about this? We don't trade electricity now. We have electricity available, like production 20, 30, but consumption only 1. So we have a lot free electricity. How I can trade with my electricity? Can I make this somehow? Heavy cables for transferring high voltage currents between power plants and transformer station. What is this? I think we need to know. Look at it. I don't know what is it, but I think if I connect it to this location, I can sell my electricity. So I think we need to build the power line from here to maybe, how do you think, if we used to connect there, we use the bottle problems, like we can look at the start of the game that we don't have enough huge wires to send this electricity if we used to send a huge amount of electricity. So I used to connect to the main station with these huge cables. I think will be more useful. Okay, in there and here, right? Electricity network expanded. Okay, now we can see like here that our electricity starts to flowing into these wires. So now we need to understand how to sell the electricity. Oh, let's see. Loans, taxation, budget. The budget tab allows you to view your financial situation at a glance. The numbers are constantly updated according to changes taking place in the city. By selecting a revenue or expense items from the list, you can see further information about it. Breakdown of the selected items is displayed on the right side panel. At the same time, the item's share of the total is highlighted on the bar graph on the left. Next tip. The revenues list shows your different sources and amounts of money coming into the city. The expenses list shows you the different payments made by the city. And the last one, monthly balance. The monthly balance displays how much profit or loss your city will generate each month based on the current revenue and expense values. So okay. Taxation. The taxation tab allows you to view and adjust the tax rates and the resulting revenues or expense of individual zones types. You can adjust the tax rate to an entire zone type with the sliders. For more precise control, expand the zone type to adjust tax rates based on individual citizens or resource type. Increasing or decreasing taxes can be beneficial to your city depending on your situation. Setting a negative tax rate means the city pays subsides. This can be used to attract citizens or businesses into the city. And the next, estimate. This is a projected estimation for monthly taxed income based on the current situation. The total is adjusted constantly according to the changes taking place in the city, such as residents moving in and out and businesses being established or closed down. Alright, so we have estimate from the residential like 11,000, from the commercial like 19,000, and from the industrial zone we have estimate like in 1,600. And we can use to take some estimate from the offices, but this needs requirements milestone 4 Grand Village. Offices taxes are collected from companies' monthly profits. Tax rates can be set individually based on the different types of immaterial goods manufactured and sold. Low taxes increase companies' chances of becoming financially successful. Lower taxes also help office buildings level up faster, since more money is left over after upkeep expenses are paid. Higher taxes bring more money into the city treasury, but can also cause companies problems by cutting into their profit margin. Higher taxes also slow down office building level ups. Wow. So one more time. Higher taxes also slow down office building level ups. Okay. As there is less money left for improvement after expenses are paid. Alright. So services, we have electricity services. The services tab shows the current revenues and expenses related to running your city services. It also allows you to adjust service budgets and related fees to fine-tune your economy. Select a city service to view the revenues and expenses and to adjust the budget for the service. Lowering the budget saves money, but the quality of service also goes down. A higher budget results in better service quality, but will cost more. Some services also charge a fee for their use. Higher fees result in more revenue, but will have a negative impact on citizens' happiness and business profitability. Alright. So now we have to pay something about 3000 using the roads, 55 close to 56,000 using the electricity, and 26,000 using the water and sewage. So let's see how I can sell my electricity that I waste now to lower this minuses from payments to the roads, electricity and water. How I can to do this? Let's select the electricity, fees and export. The city gains income from exporting excess services via outside connections. So expenses, maintenance and resources. Now I have minus 99,000 maintenance and resources, and I now used to export 38,000 electricity for amount for 38,000 credits incoming to my budget. So how I can raise this? I don't know, don't understand. So I have more cost for maintenance. Maybe I used to build another one, small coal power plant. Let's try to build another one. So how I need to connect it to this place correctly? Not clearly understand. I think we need first to build the road here. Oh, so I don't see that before. At the lower place of this road, we can see that the road have 3 cables inside. Very interesting thing. Cool. Very cool. So let's build the road here, and now let's try to connect an additional coal power plant in here. All right. Let's see. How much electricity now we can sell. And where I can see this situation: taxation, services, electricity, right here. So I now used to export only 37 still. How I can sell more? Now I have raised maintenance and resources before I buy the second electricity power station, power plant. I used to have the bills like 99,100, but now I have 57 more. So how I can sell more electricity? Maybe I need to use additional power lines let's see, where is additional power lines connection? Here is the one connection, okay. Maybe from the other side of the map. Looks like no. And here, no. Here is the road. Maybe close to the road. Highway, parallel highway, and subway. But this is not an connection for the electricity cables. Interesting. So looks like we don't have an additional ability to connect. Oh, I see. I don't connected these power lines with my second power station. Let's connect them by constructing additional power lines in here and try to connect it in there. Alright. Let's see. Here we can see that electricity is flowing, and here we need 10 seconds more, and now we can see that electricity is flowing from both power plants. Very good.
Oh, sure, I've been here. Matter of fact, I was here last Tuesday.
Now we're producing
Toaster works
38 and consumption rate is 4. Electricity trade is 34. The amount of electricity currently being imported or exported, when there is deficit in local electricity production, the city needs to purchase electricity from neighboring cities. When local production is at a surplus, it is sold to neighboring cities for profit. So I want to sell more electricity. How I can to do this? This is very important for me. Battery charge 0. The total amount of electricity currently stored in the batteries of the city's power plants. Batteries are used as backup sources when electricity generation gets halted for whatever reason. So I think we don't need this in this situation because we don't have any wind turbines. So we don't need to know how much wind is blowing, how much intensity of wind is now. We creating stable amount of electricity every time. So we don't need now, I think, I hope, these batteries. But I don't sure. So let's look another one time to the services and to the electricity. So the export now is rising. You can see that the export now, the export rising again. Looks like we need time to rise the export of electricity. Milestone 2 unlocked. Small village. Congratulations, you are moving ahead very nicely. Reward 50,000 money and 2 development points. And expansion permits plus 4. Close it. So we need additional time to raise the export level. Looks like our neighbors see that how much electricity do we have, and then wait, do we build another structures that can have a huge consumption of this electricity, and if we still have surplus of this electricity, we can hope to sell it, because our neighbors see that this is the stable amount of electricity is in surplus level, and they're used to buy it. And we can have now, like you can see, plus 85 thousands of export electricity. So a service fee, let's look about it. Citizens and businesses pay a service fee for using electricity, which offsets some of its production costs. The electricity service fee affects the overall electricity consumption rate of the city. It also affects the happiness of citizens and companies' ability to do businesses. And electricity budget. The service budget affects service building efficiency. The service budget affects service building efficiency. Efficiency affects the electricity output levels of power plants and the charging rate of batteries in battery stations. So if we used to look about the real situation with this battery, I used to calculate this situation, and if we use the batteries, we have so much huge amount of this budget into these batteries. This is really mess. We need to replace these batteries every 5 or 7 years, and to compensate this amount of money that we invest in these batteries needs about something about 10 or 20 years, but we need to replace the batteries after the 7 or 5 years. So this is something very hard situation, because if we don't sell this electricity with a good cost, we don't have a possibility to take these batteries, because we can't have good maintenance and can't replace this battery. So we only can have the minuses in our budget. So I like that in this game this is will shown that we need some budget in this batteries, and also in this electricity power plants and others. So this is very close to the real world, and this is very interesting for me because of this. So let's see, now we have the monthly balance minus 136,000. Let's see about the water. We can export our water, I think, I hope. So let's build the pipes. How I can build the pipes? Connected to the border. Underground view. You can turn the underground view on and off here at any time. Turning on the underground view makes it easier to build at different depths and to find connection points. You can also use it while replacing or bulldozing roads and pipes that are built underground. Alright. I hope in the next years, maybe in the next few years, we can to connect the artificial intelligence to these games with the goal when we can ask, like, how I can raise my export level of electricity now, what I can do for this, and in the game will be some artificial intelligence that use the in-game windows that shows to us that okay, you have enough budget and you have enough space, then you can use to buy +1 power plant, and you can to see that you don't expect it appearing a new points where you have connected your power line to the border from the left and connect there, construct new power plant, and there you can wait something about plus 5 minutes, and after this you can raise your level of incomes from selling electricity, something like that. I hope we can expect something like this level of advices from artificial intelligence built into the games, especially in the games like this city builders. So let's try to connect additional pipes to the border. How I can to do this? Let's try. Exceed city limits. So we build it now an additional pipes here. And where is the pipes of our neighbors? Let's see from the borders. Here. Yeah. I can see. This is the pipes inside the roads closer to the bridge. So can I sell the water in this game or not? Let's see again in the budget section, services, water, export. The city gains income from exporting excess services via outside connection. So somehow I think we can to sell the water, but we need to have the town close to our location, and we don't see here any additional town. So how I can to build a connection and to sell my additional water resources? I really don't understand now. These highways don't have these pipes inside of it, so don't understand what. Let's try again. Water, pipes. Okay, and we don't see here any pipes. Alright, let's focusing on the other situation, what we can sell else.
Your dad took you out for your first cone of ice. I guess you can almost feel the waffle in your
Electricity.
hand. Cold, sweet
We have export of electricity. Water we have no, because we don't understand how to do this. Garbage. Let's try to make the garbage
Sheep and random.
Oh, we
things like landfill. Garbage management. Good garbage management system keeps citizens healthier and happier. Garbage management facilities send out trucks that collect waste from around the city and bring it back for processing. Okay, next tip. Landfill. Landfill is the basic garbage management facility. Collected garbage is stored in the dumping area, also known as a lot. Building a landfill. Garbage management buildings generate pollution in their vicinity, so take care when choosing a location. Place the main building is a location that has plenty of room for the lot starting from the back of the building. The circle around the buildings mark how far you can extend the lot from the building. Place the building and define the area for the lot. Note, when the lot gets full, you will need to start the emptying process from the building information panel. Information panels open by selecting the building. Having a good road network across the city is important to maintain a good garbage management process. Build a landfill. Okay, landfill. So let's use to make it maybe here. Alright, now we need to make the road, I think, or what is it? Oh, this is where we used to place our garbage. Okay, here and there. Alright, maybe here. I can use all these places in this circle. Like this one, and this way, and here I think, yeah. And okay. Waste recycling unit processing the incoming waste and recycling what's possible lowers the ground pollution produced by the landfill site. So we can connect, I think, our pipes to this. And first of all, we need the road. So let's build the road connection. Okay, now we have connected, and what do we need to expect now? We can use these pipes and go with these pipes over the main location in here, yeah? Let's try to build it in there. Okay. So now we connected. You can increase and decrease the capacity of a lot or reshape it to manage area pollution. To adjust the load, select the load tool, grab a node on the load and drag it to where you want it. You can also select the line between nodes to create a new node. You can reshape the load whenever you want. So, where is this node tool? Let's see. Landfill load. Adjust the dumping area of a landfill. A larger area can store more garbage, so I need to increase it. Let's try. A drag node to move it. Okay, use to drag it into this position and here. Alright, looks like is something that we need now. We can raise this area. Let's make a huge like this one. Okay. Okay, so upgrading service building. Upgrades provide the things such as higher capacity or faster and cleaner services. Upgrades are specific to each service building. Select a service building you have built to see what upgrades are available. Building an upgrade. Select the upgrade you want from the menu. Depending on the upgrade, it is added to an existing building as an extension or place it on the site as a separate sub-building. Most upgrades can only be applied once to any given building, but there are some you can add multiple items. Sub-building area. Sub-building upgrades can be built anywhere with the market area. Sub-buildings don't need to be connected to a road or be built on the zoning grid. They can be freely placed on any free spot inside the area. Sub-building area. Sub-building upgrades can be built anywhere with the market area. Next tip. Pedestrian access to the sub-buildings. If sub-buildings are placed outside the zoning grid or away from the road, you will need to build a path for pedestrian access. You can get creative and build complex areas for the service building by adding paths, landscaping, and other items with the sub-building area. Relocating some buildings. You can move individual sub-buildings after they have been built. Select the building and find the relocate icon in the info panel, or find the sub-building in the main building panel and select relocate in the drop-down next to the sub-building name you want. You can also relocate the whole service building complex with its extensions and sub-buildings by selecting the relocate icon in the main service building panel. Water and electricity to the sub-buildings. Water, sewage and electricity to the sub-buildings are handled to the main service building. The pipes and electricity lines to the sub-buildings are not visible on the map. Only the main building needs to be connected to a road for all the sub-buildings to receive the services. Oh, okay. The air is getting polluted. The air pollution is affecting the health of citizens. Air pollution is created mainly by industrial zones, some city service buildings, and by traffic. It spreads across the map in the air affected by wind and weather, but fades away quickly once its source is removed. Fades away quickly once its source is removed. Find polluting city service buildings and consider upgrading them with filtering systems where you can, or relocate the buildings. Existing industrial zones can be recreated in locations that are farther away from people's homes. Navigate to the air pollution into view. Okay, where is the air pollution? Into view. Maybe in the health panel. No. Air pollution into view. Where is? I can see this. Age, employment, business, tourism, population, services, money, income, expenses. Where is the pollution level? Pollution level. Navigate to the air pollution into view. Cheaper. Follow citizens. Air pollution. Very interesting, but I don't understand where I need to look at the air pollution level. Not here and not there. Don't understand. Okay. Oh, let's see. Our main goal is to sell the possibility of our waste platform, and because of this, try to raise our budget. So let's see in here. Taxation services. Services. Garbage management. How I can to take the garbage from the other cities to take an additional income to my budget? How do you think? Because in the city SimCity game I have this possibility. So this is the landfill. Waste recycling unit. Already built. Okay. Hazardous waste collection point. So I can't build an additional unit. Let's build it. Garbage truck depot. In here, build it. All right. So let's see. Services, garbage. No, we still don't have the possibility to sell. In the SimCity we use roads, so if we have the free space in the garbage management, in the garbage location, we have an additional possibility to take additional garbage from our neighbors cities and to take money from them using to recycling their garbage. So this is one of the ways how we can to raise our budget in those games, but here I don't see this possibility. Maybe if I used to call to buy additional landfill, how do you think? Additional landfill here. In this landfill, additional truck depot constructed. So we can relocate it, focus, start emptying. Means the emptying process, garbage stored in the building will be transported to other available garbage facilities. Area 2. Adjust the shape and size of the building lot. Toggle traffic roads. Toggle the visibility of traffic roads and associate path connection to the selected objects. So I don't see here how I can take the garbage from other cities to this location. Okay, let's focusing on another things. Electricity, and we can now to see that we lowered the export level. 5 or 15 minutes ago we used to export 85,000. We export enough electricity to have income like 85,000, but now we have only income from the electricity 53,000. So it's changed. Education, garbage. Okay, let's try to create. What do we need now? We need more low density residential demand and medium density residential demands. So let's try to build them, and like you can see here, we don't have enough water. Water is not getting delivered to these buildings. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we need to upgrade our water pump station. How do you think? Upgrades greatly reduce the amount of pollutants in the pollutions in the intake water. Let's build it. Okay. Next, extra pump, an additional pump that significantly increase water intake and delivery capacity. I think we need this one now. Okay, build it. Water facility overload. The building can't. I can't read this because I fix this problem. Looks like lack of labor. The company cannot find enough employees. So to take enough employees, we need to make an additional living zone. Let's try to build an additional living zone, and for this we need to build a road connection, I think, and then let's use to build the road here. And there. Okay, so now let's build an additional living zones. We have opened a medium density housing. We don't see this before. North American style small apartment buildings. Let's build this one. And we need the simple low density residential demand. So for the low density we need an additional roads too, and I think we planning an additional roads and lower density demands, like maybe here. Okay, so let's use to create the low density housing 1 and 2. Now we can see that we are lowering the level of low density residential demand here. Different types of zones are in demand in your city at different times. As people move in and business develop, the needs for new zoning changes according to their needs. The fuller the bar, the higher the demand for zone type is. Plus signs indicate an abundance of the described resource or labor force type in your city, which increase demand for the zone type. Minus sign indicate a lack of the described resource or labor force type in your city, which lowers demand for the zone type. Okay, next tip. City policies. You can shape the rules and regulations of your city by enacting city policies. These policies affect the entire city, including all districts and buildings. Okay, you can activate and deactivate policies anytime. Some policies have adjustment sliders to fine-tune their effect. Select a policy to see what its effects are. More policies are unlocked as you reach certain milestones. Okay. So milestones. So to open the possibility create the high density residential demand, we need to unlock an additional milestones, I think. Looks like here. And let's see what we have now here. We don't need any additional living zones, but I think we need to check how much electricity do we have now. Enough electricity. Let's check about water.
When your dad took you out for your first cone of ice.
I think we
I guess you
can
almost feel the waffle in your hand and that cold, sweet, creamy taste in your mouth.
rise our.
I bet it was Morello's.
Look at it. Here is the place for the sewage export. The amount of sewage currently being sent out of the city for processing. Buying sewage services from other cities incurs a cost. Sewage treatment. Sewage currently generated and processing in the city. If sewage generation exceeds the processing rate, rough sewage starts backing up in the pipes, which will cause health issues for citizens. Water trade. The amount of water currently being imported or exported. When there is a defect in local water production, the city needs to purchase water from neighboring cities when the local production is at a surplus. It is sold to neighboring cities for profit. And how I can to do this? Where I need to connect the pipes? I don't understand where I need to connect the pipes to sell my water, because I can buy additional pipes and use this to raise my incomes to my budget. So we have additional needs to the water consumption rate, and we need to find an additional water sources. Groundwater pumping station. Let's start collecting water. Let's continue collecting water from this source. I used to build additional pumping station here. Then I used to upgrade them. Okay. And now I think we can see some changes. Yeah, water availability now is rising. Output is 192 and consumption is 42. Very good. So here is no problem at all. Let's start to build a small elementary school. Education City Services provide citizens with schools, colleges and universities. Citizen education affects their job position and the income level of their household. Citizens have different preferences for their level of education, affected by their well-being and job opportunities in the city. Citizen education is separated into 5 levels, ranging from uneducated to highly educated. The types of jobs available in the city and the number of open positions affects which educational services are needed. Next tip. Education path is citizen schooling from the lowest level to the highest level. To fill jobs that require a lower level of education, The city only needs to provide lower-level schooling facilities. To provide employees for jobs with a higher education requirement, citizens need the entire education path from lower-level schooling to higher education. Elementary schools provide the beginning of the education path for citizens. Elementary schools provide a passive well-being bonus to nearby families with children. Build elementary schools in areas with families. Children will start attending the nearest school to their home, no matter how far it is. Wait a minute, no matter how far it is, it's like my mother used to go to the school like 40 minutes, or like my grandmother go to the school like 30 minutes. I don't think this is a good idea. We need to build something like buses, school buses, or something like this. This is important. Keep in mind that if children need to travel too far to attend elementary school, it will negatively affect their families' well-being. Oh yeah. Schools can hold a limited amount of students, so we will need to build more schools as the population grows. And build the elementary school. So let's pause the game. Let's select our optimal location to the school. I think here. Yeah. Great location, yeah. So this is a small elementary school. All right. And let's look about the health of our people. Healthcare. Good healthcare system helps prevent diseases and ultimately death by treating the sick and injured. Healthcare services also keep citizens healthier and happier by giving advice and information. Sick citizens visit clinics and hospitals for treatment on their own, or if they are in serious condition, an ambulance will be sent out to pick them up. Medical clinics and hospitals have a set of ambulances at their disposal and a limited amount of room for patients. Medical buildings can be upgraded to increase the capacity of both. Right. Build the medical facilities in central location, close to the citizens and with easy road access. If patients need to travel far to get treatment, it takes them longer to get better, and the likelihood of death increase. So we need to make short distance to these hospitals. Each clinics and hospitals can only treat and care for a limited number of people. Opening the building info panel will guide you on how well a facility is working. As your population increases, you will need to build more facilities. So build a medical clinic. I think I need to take a little more water in my eyes. Yeah, this is very good. More water in my eyes and more water in my body. Okay. Build a medical clinic. Small medical clinic. Basic health care for a small community. Can pick up patients with ambulances. Helps citizens in its service area remain healthier. Alright. Here, I think. So now, what we need here? I think we need to upgrades. Additional building with more classrooms for more pupils. Alright. And what upgrades I can do for the small medical clinic? Nothing. Really? Well, it's very strange. So, death care. At some point, every citizen's life comes to an end. Yeah, at some points. Death care services take care of those who have passed on. Cemetery. The final resting place for deceased citizens. Cemeteries collect and transport the dead with hearses. Death care. Each citizen will eventually pass away. Death care services exist to take care of the deceased. Cemeteries are large, park-like locations where deceased citizens are buried. Hearses pick up the deceased and transport them to the cemetery for burial. Citizens like to visit cemeteries. Cemeteries also increase the well-being of nearby citizens. Seriously? Cemeteries increase the well-being of nearby citizens. Find a nice place close to housing with good traffic, a connection to build your cemetery in. Each cemetery has a limited number of graves, so as your city grows, you will most likely need to build more than one. Okay, build a cemetery. Let's build one cemetery. Cemeteries collect and transport the dead with hearses. Can be upgraded with a temple, a mausoleum, and columbarium. Let's look at the size. Really huge. So, where I need to place this? I think here maybe, yeah? Okay, let's place here. Alright. Let's see. Cemetery. The temple. A small place of reverence provides increased well-being. Let's build this one. Next upgradings is mausoleum, a memorial tomb for a person of importance. The cemetery becomes a sightseeing attraction.
Toaster works fine.
Let's build them in here. Milestone 3 unlocked. Large village. Congratulations. Things are looking good. Okay. Rewards 75,000 plus 3 development points and expansion permits plus 5. Alright. So let's look about the fire department. The fire and rescue city service respond to fires and accidents. prevents fires from spreading and safeguards citizens against disasters. They also search for survivors in collapsed buildings after a disaster. Fires damage buildings and can quickly spread to other buildings nearby. If the response time of the fire and rescue service is too long, buildings are at a great risk of burning down. To ensure the quickest response time, make sure roads stay clear and that there are enough fire engines available. So if we need the roads clear situation, we need to upgrade the roads, and like I know, the roads is a very expensive things because we need to maintain these roads, and if we upgrade these roads we have a huge amount of investments in these roads, and we have problems in our budget maybe in a half of a hour or maybe quickly, because like you can see now we have 116,000 only. Firehouses and fire station house a number of fire engines. Fire engines are able to extinguish multiple fires in succession before returning. Fire engines can also extinguish forest fires that are close enough to the road. Okay. Buildings that have been damaged but not collapsed will get repaired automatically. Wow, this is useful. And the cost is taken from the building rent. Wow, very cool. Collapsed buildings are dealt by disaster response unit. Disaster response unit is an upgrade for fire stations that searches for survivors in the collapsed building and clears out the rubble afterwards. Disaster response unit can be imported from an outside connection when the city can't provide them. You can always bulldoze collapsed buildings manually to have the site checked, cleared and ready for rebuilding. Alright. The likelihood of fires in the city depends on the fire hazard levels. You can increase the safety of your city and its citizens by making sure all areas have good coverage. This is not so easy. I need so much fire commands and these buildings. This is very costful. Not so costful like buildings, but the maintenance of these buildings is too much costful for me at the first stage of the game, I think. So you can increase the safety of your citizens coverage. This means having enough firehouses and station in close proximity, and upgrading them as needed. There are also policies that you can activate to increase building safety. Okay, and where is the goal to build it? Oh, I don't have the goal because I don't have enough money for it. Oh, I understand. So, can I save the game? Yeah, I can. Let's use Cheshire Town number 1 and save. Alright. So we're going to bankruptcy, I think, because we have minuses in our budget. We have lower incomings and so high level of minuses. Service upkeeps, subtitles, taxes. We need to raise the taxation. I read yesterday that we need for the simple town, we need 12% for the residential and commercial. 12% for the residential and 13% for the commercial and industries, like this one is normal. Okay, next of all, we need to think about how we can create money in here. Production. The production tab shows shows you how much your city is producing. You can view production from materials, material goods, and immaterial goods. Expand the categories and hover over a material to see the production chain on the right panel for that material. The production chain shows where materials and goods come from and what they are used for, as well as a visual indication of wherever you're currently importing or exporting them. All right. If you are short on money, you can take a loan to finance the extension of your city. In return, you will have to pay interest every month until you repay the loan by moving the loan slider back to 0. Your borrowing limit will increase with every milestone. The closer you get to the limit, the higher the interest rate will be. The interest rate can be decreased by placing a city hall or central bank in city. Loans. Loans are a great way to finance city building when needed. When taking out a loan, pay attention to the interest rate and the resulting monthly cost so you don't end up overspending. When you have borrowed money, you are only paying the interest every month. In other words, the loaned amount remains in the same unit, you choose to pay it back. To take out a loan, move the slider to the right until you reach the desired amount. The loan interest rate and resulting monthly costs are adjusted automatically. You have an upper limit to how much you can borrow. This increases as you reach milestones. When you have the desired amount in the total loan amount window, select Accept. After accepting the loan, your city immediately receives the funds and you can spend them however you like. If you need to borrow more money in the future, move the slider further right and select Accept again. The new loans is combined with the old one, so in effect you only ever have one active loan and one monthly payment. All right. So now we need to think about our budget. We have to lower our red graphic and raise our green graphic. So we used to raise already our taxes to the searching to the commercial and industries and 20 to residential. And I think we need to make something to make money. Maybe we need to create more industrial zones, I think. So for this I need an additional road in here. Let's make the roads. Like here and there. And maybe here and there. So all this place I planning to use for the industrial. So I use additional road here. And let's use to create an industrial manufacturing. Workshops and factories, warehouses and storage yards. Let's use this place for the industrial. Okay, let's see. So what now? We have total income 246,000, and what we need to expect. I think we need to use higher speed and let's wait. So what we can do next? We have no enough money to create fire and rescue and police and administration. We can create more places for house buildings, basic housing. Here we can see that we have enough zones for the medium density housing, but we need an additional one to the simple housing. So let's use to pause our game and create an additional road here. Now I think we need to create simple housing in there and maybe create an additional place for simple housing elsewhere. I think we need an additional road here.
Do you remember your childhood? When your dad took you out for your first cone of ice?
And we can to create additional house, a simple housing in there. And in the middle of these factories and this housing, we create additional low density businesses here and there. So let's see. Let's continue the game and let's see what we can have from this. I think we have too much spending to the two small power plants, but we can to sell electricity, and we don't can't now to sell the garbage collection availability. So we don't buy. I don't understand how I can buy the garbage from other cities from now. So I used to deactivate one of these buildings right now. This one. And what we can deactivate. And that's all, I think. We can deactivate second ground pumping station, but let's see how much we can in the surplus. We have enough for now. Let's try to deactivate one of them. Deactivating, and let's see. Looks like it's normal now. So let's see at our budget what we can see here. we still don't have enough money. Now I don't understand what I need to do to have positive income, total income. What I need to produce to raise my income? How do you think? Electricity, roads. Let's see at the roads. We have some problems at these roads. Can I upgrade these roads? This is a two-lane road, simple two-lane road that allows traffic in both directions. We have here availability to create three-lane asymmetric road, one-lane one-way road, two-lane one-way road, three-lane one-way road, gravel road, a narrow and slow speed unpaved road for vehicles suitable for city outskirts and rural areas. Interesting. So this road, I think, yeah. Can I upgrade it? Let's try to use on a small place right here, maybe. And let's see, can our people use this road? Yeah, looks like this is a good idea. Interesting. So, we still don't have enough money, and I think I need to take a rest for a little more. And we have seen in this game many interesting things, I think, so this is all for now. I need to rest and need to read about how I can raise my income to my city, because I now have only 50,000 and this is not much. We need to do something with our income. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next streams. I used to stream in other games maybe later, closer to the evening. So thank you for watching. I wish you a good day and to have a good time, and hope to see you in the next videos. Bye bye.